Been feeling trapped down on the floor. I don't know what for. Feels like I'm gonna lose. Silence takes a hold. I can't let it go. Chain up, no one knows. But I won't let the stormy seas throw me in open water. Let me have my peace and leave me till tomorrow. Wind into my sail, away from things I let go. Floating on the waves. We go bottoms up, we go all the way. When you're feeling down, push the pain away. We go bottoms up, we go all the way.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to say first and foremost, thank you guys so much for being here today. It means the world to me that you take time out of your day to come watch my videos. I love that I can film and edit these videos for y'all to provide y'all with some motivation, not just to get some cleaning and organizing done around your house, but I also make these videos to help you guys know that you are normal and you're not behind, and just because your house might get a little bit crazy sometimes does not mean you're a bad wife or a bad mom. We all need that encouragement from time to time. So let's get on into this video, and I hope it provides y'all with tons of motivation.
I sat down by the ocean. It's that tears that I feel fill up with emotions. Could I taste them for real? Longing for you, longing for you.
I'm starting today off in the boys' room. It didn't need a ton of attention, but I do like to make sure this room gets vacuumed at least once a week. And I wanted to clean one of the windows. You can't even see it right now. It's so bright in that room, but y'all know I've been trying to get the windows deep cleaned on the inside and outside, so I wanted to do that. And I do get asked a good bit where the boys' bedding is from, and it's from Target. It is wonderful bedding. It's been washed a ton of times, and it is still just perfect for them. On down the road, I definitely want to get them some beddies just because that is the ultimate bedding to me. It's so convenient, it's so easy, it's so comfortable, but I'm waiting for them to come out with maybe some new patterns or colors. I'm just gonna have to see. But I wanted to clean this window off, so this is the room that we are thinking about doing their closet in. But you guys, I just get the itch to switch so much. I was even talking to Mark the other day about how I'm already ready to change some rooms around. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just feel like I always want to have a project going on. Apparently, I like to stress myself out. So I'm having a problem committing to turning this into a closet if I don't know for sure if it will be the boys' room long term. So it might happen, it might not. Who knows anymore? And a couple other very commonly asked questions. One is, what color is the boys' bedroom, like the walls? And I ended up doing a color match actually because I wanted the paint from Home Depot because I happened to be there. But the color of the walls is Sherwin-Williams Woodland Lichen. And I saw it on an Instagram page of this woman that I really love, and I love what she does with her house. And she did it in one of her boys' rooms. And so I wanted to do it in my boys' room too. And I could not love the color more. It's perfect. It's just the perfect dark green. The boys love it too. But another question that gets asked a ton is where I got their beds from, and they are from Wayfair. I love them so much. It's a perfect pop of wood and black in the room too, because I love black in pretty much every room. You guys know I try to put black everywhere. And then I was excited too because I had just been to IKEA with my best friends the day before, and we got all kinds of fun stuff, but I saw this rug and it just, I don't know, it just kind of grabbed me because it has this green that's in the boys' wall and then some other colors too, and I love the texture of it, and it was pretty affordable too. So I went ahead and took the chance and got it, and I really like the way that it looks in their room. I like the pops of color that it adds, and the boys really, really love it too.
It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this. 'Cause now I dream about you. I was probably too drunk, it's blurry, but I've got the image of you running circles in my mind right now. And it could fade away, but it probably won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I'll drown, but what can I do? And it would be alright to let me down. Rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
It doesn't even make sense why we try to fight it. Every time that we touch, the room caught on fire. We could blame it on the wine, but we know that we will both be lying. I wish I didn't want you. I was doing just fine, the way that it was. Then you hand me these emotions, didn't want them, but I guess that I'm stuck with them. They could go away, but I know they won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I'll try, but what can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. I'd rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
So I have posted over on Instagram when I got some of these clothes that came in. I ended up doing some shopping when Old Navy had their 50 to 60% off their entire site. I got my girls some sweaters and my boys some long sleeve shirts. And I will say, I'll just go ahead and say it because I know somebody out there will comment it, that my kids have too many clothes. And maybe you wouldn't see it from this angle, but anytime I show my kids' closets, people say that, which I do think is so funny because it's so relative too. Like what I have could be nothing compared to what other people have, and what I have could be way more than what other people have. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. What you choose to do with your money for your kids is totally fine. And I feel like what I choose to do with my money for my kids is fine too. And not that I have to justify it or anything. Like, I totally understand most of you guys are fully on my side and y'all are just basically my best friends in the whole wide world. But I feel the need to say it sometimes because there's nothing wrong with having a ton of clothes for your kids, and at the same time, when we're done with clothes, we give them away to so many different people. So, and a lot of clothes that we have end up being given to us too. So anyways, live your life. As long as you're not doing anything that's hurting anybody, you're fine, and don't let people be a negative Nancy around you. But I also decided to pull the rug that used to be in the boys' room because I felt like that was way too much with two rugs next to each other. And I just vacuumed out the laundry room and I put the rug in here. I don't know if it'll stay long term, but it's actually really comfortable and it's a nice pop of color in here too. And it makes it a little bit more comfortable to stand in here and do laundry. If you guys remember my massive to-do list from last week's video, I didn't end up getting to everything because real life and I'm human and I bite off a lot more than I can chew most days and especially most weeks. But I had on there that I wanted to clean these vents. So these are the return air vents, and I'm saying that I literally have no idea what I'm saying, but it's the vents that suck up the stuff. So they tend to have more dust, and I at least think I know where all of them are in my house because these are the ones that I typically dust. But the more I think about it, I feel like I need to go on a little scavenger hunt and make sure because I have never dusted any other vents than these. So yikes. Okay, I got some laundry going. Mark is putting the kids in bed right now, actually. And I am going to at least start this bathroom situation. There is just so much junk under here. There's also so much stuff that I actually use under here. And I went and got these containers from TJ Maxx and Target the other day. So I'm just gonna try to get everything super organized because this just isn't working for me. If I am being completely honest with y'all, this is a process I do not enjoy at all. And a lot of people say when they're working in an area, they'll just completely clear out their cabinets and drawers and kind of like the Marie Kondo method, like touching everything, seeing if it brings you joy, like all those type things. I'm not really into that at all. I want things to be cleaned and clutter free. But I also have to be realistic and I want them to be convenient for me to grab. And I also don't want to get rid of something if I feel like I might need it. And maybe that's the hoarder tendencies in me. I don't know, but I'm definitely making a little bin of just travel stuff. So when we go on vacations or anything like that, we have shampoo, conditioner, all that type stuff. And then I'm making a little bin of my hot tools like my straightener, my wand, and my hair dryer. And then just a few other bins like my everyday stuff that I reach for and the pamper stuff that I use from time to time but not regularly. There's just a few things that if I was really getting rid of everything that didn't spark joy, I would get rid of everything. And then I would be reaching for peroxide or a Q-tip or something and I wouldn't have it. So I don't know. I try to find a balance of keeping stuff because I feel like I might need it within the next year and getting rid of stuff that's just kind of ridiculous to keep, you know?
Games, the one she played, knocks me right off my feet, and the blame that's on me for letting her go across the line. Ooh, I've been feeling this way
I think another thing too with this, and what keeps me maybe not really wanting to do stuff like this or take on projects or organization like this, is it's just a trial and error type thing, kind of like decorating, honestly. And you do something and then you don't like it, and then you move it and then you like it better, or maybe you like it not nearly as much as you did. And then you're just kind of moving everything around all the time until you find something that works for you. And then typically with me and my indecisive self, I'll end up having something that I perfectly love, and then I'll change it because it's been 6 months and, I got to change everything in 6 months. Just how I am. So I love things to be organized, but I am not always very organized. Is anybody else like that? It was kind of getting to the point in the night where it was really, really late, and I had done a ton of organization, but my brain just could not process any other organizational system. So the rest of the stuff I just put up on the counter so nobody tripped over it in the middle of the night. And then I got right back to it the very next night, but I started in the kitchen, and this is just my routine cleaning every night, pretty much after the kids are in bed or as they are winding down to get ready to go to bed. I just straighten everything up and load the dishwasher and start it. Also, we got our Halloween costumes in the mail, at least part of them, for everybody. I think you'll see in this video. So I'm curious to know if y'all can catch on to what any of the 6 of us are going to be.
On the sofa, chilling, watching TV, doing nothing with you, doing nothing with you, yeah. I'm so thankful for everything that life has been putting me through, 'cause now I get to be with you. I think I'm falling in love with you, with you, with you. I'll do whatever you want me to do, 'cause I've never felt like this before, and I want you even more. I think I'm falling in love with you.
I think I'm going to be putting new pots and pans on my Christmas wish list this year, because we have had these since before we were married, and I think we got them for a wedding shower, and they have definitely gotten their use, but everything sticks to them now. They're not really non-stick anymore, and I want to find some good ones that honestly are dishwasher safe, which I know is hard to come by because I don't think a ton of them are, and relatively affordable, because I don't like cooking on something that it feels like I'm cooking on diamonds, because I don't want to care about something that much. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't want it to just be like a hunk of junk. So if you guys have any pots and pans that you love, preferably if you found them at like Target or TJ Maxx, I would love if you would let me know down in the comments, or you can message me over on Instagram, because I am on the hunt for some now. And also bonus points if they're like really cute, because I just think that's so fun to have something pretty to look at while you're cooking.
I'll do whatever you want me to do, 'cause I've never felt like this before, and I want you even more. I think I'm falling in love with you, with you, with you.
you're fine, but I can see right through. You're holding your secrets for way too long. This can't keep going on. With every lie, they keep on hurting you, getting away with everything they do. This can't keep going on. No, we're gonna find them, and I'm gonna fight for you. They better start hiding.
I think one of my favorite things to do in the kitchen is clean out the sink, and it's probably because that's typically after all the dishes are done, and with our family and the size that it is, especially if I get behind on dishes, takes a long time for everything to get done. And then if it doesn't fit in the dishwasher, I need to hand wash it, which I read through all my comments, and I see a lot of comments out there from those of y'all who do not have dishwashers at all. And honestly, y'all are my heroes, because there have been a couple times where my dishwasher was not working, and goodness, it took forever to do the dishes. But I just love cleaning out my sink. And another thing I love doing is wiping down my countertops too. I don't know what it is about it, especially at the end of the night. I think you just know it can't be messed up for hours and hours. Even though it's hours that you're sleeping, it still feels good. And the good thing about this past week is we stayed pretty busy and on the go. We kind of always do that, but this past week especially so. I feel like we had dinner with our friends a lot, and we even had lunch with our friends, and we had some family get-togethers too. So I had a little break in cooking. Not that I cook any fancy meals or anything, but with a break from cooking comes a break from cleaning up after all of the mess. So this past week was wonderful for so many different reasons.
We're gonna find them. La 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 la. They better start hiding. We'll be running with the lions, lions. We'll be running with the lions, lions. They can't run, they can't hide. We won't stop until they're down. We'll be running with the lions, lions. 'Cause you're not alone in this. We'll do this.
For some reason, cleaning the counter right here just takes me back to my kids' first day of school this year, because I took pictures of the boys up here at the counter. That's where I had them set up for virtual learning. And then the girls had their desks over where the pew is right now. And we had no idea what we were doing starting off the year virtually. It was our only option, and we knew that we were going to make the most of it. No matter how stressful it was, we were going to make it work, and we did. But I am so, so thankful that our county and most counties around us opened back up shortly after. And my kids have been in school ever since, and they have been having the best time. I know at first when we heard, oh, they're going back to school, I kept reading all these things like they're not going to be able to talk to their friends, they're not going to be able to play outside, they're not going to be able to change classes or have specials or anything. And our school system has just done the most incredible job keeping the kids as safe as possible, but letting them have as normal of a school life as possible. And honestly, I don't know if my kids have ever been happier with school. They seem so happy to want to go to school in the morning. They seem happy when I pick them up. And I'm just so thankful, because I know that's how my kids learn best. And as a mom, you know, just deep down, you know what's best for your kids. And as soon as school opened back up, I had zero hesitation about sending them back. And I know people can be pretty opinionated about it, but there's really no need for opinion unless it's when you're dealing with your own kids. And I know with my kids, it's what's best. So I'm just really, really thankful. So to all the mamas out there, no matter if your kids are learning virtually or if they're in school, I hope that they're having a wonderful year, even with all the weirdness and the changes and everything. I hope everybody is staying happy and healthy.
Don't speak, there's no need for you talking. Calling the highest sky. I ain't got the urge to leave. Come stay a little while. I've grown tired of wasting others. Hold on, steer me right. Ongoing drive.
Earlier in this day, I had noticed that my washing machine did not smell as good as it normally does. I will say I am not a huge fan of a front-loading washing machine. I feel like they get dirty really easily. But when I started researching how to make your washing machine smell better, I was reading that typically front-loading machines don't have as big of an issue with a stench as top-loading machines. So I was like, man, you just can't win. But I did end up doing like a baking soda and water mixture for where you put in the soap. And then I did vinegar in the actual drum. That's just what it said online to do. I just searched how to make my stinky washing machine smell better. And that's what came up. So I did it. It does smell a ton better, so I don't know if it fixed it permanently, but it at least fixed it for a few loads. So I did go ahead and wipe out the seal too in there, just because it gets so nasty in there. It's the things that you don't always want to show people, but it's just like, bleh, so nasty. But I am moving on to the drawers now, and I already had a tiny bit of an organizational system going on here, but I just wanted to shift a few things around because I have some new stuff, and then there's some stuff that I just don't need in these drawers and that I don't use very much. So not a huge change in these, but enough to make it very functional for me in the day-to-day so I can try to keep my counters less junked up. It might seem totally weird that I have an entire drawer for feminine products, and you might think it's even weirder that I'm showing myself stocking it, but I don't think twice about it. I can't tell you how many times I've had friends over who have needed something, and I just tell them third drawer and they can grab whatever they need. There really should be no shame or weirdness or embarrassment with it. It is what it is, and you need to have those things. So I don't really see a big issue with it at all. But this is where I keep my fingernail polishes in the bottom drawer. I don't have a ton of them because I don't paint my nails that much. I paint my girls' nails from time to time and they paint their own nails, but I either kind of have no polish on my nails or I go get S&S done because that is my absolute favorite and it stays on my fingers forever, which is great.
Gotta hold on to me. I remember the sound of us being loud, so loud, so loud. Just wonder where you're walking and talking, thinking, are you the same? Wonder how you
do you guys get as frustrated with these stinking stickers from HomeGoods or TJ Maxx as I do? Because they don't come off without a fight. And it's just kind of like, why do they put them on here when they know it's going to be so much work to get it off? Now, I will say, and I know I've said this in a million of my videos before, but WD-40 always works. It works so amazingly. But my issue was, one, I was being lazy and I didn't want to go to the pantry and get it. Yes, we keep it in our pantry and I don't know why. And then two, Mark had already gone to bed because at this point it was like 1 a.m. and I didn't want to walk through our bedroom for no reason really. So I left the stickiness kind of on there in hopes that I will go back and take it off one day. Probably not, but you never know. And it won't really bother me if I can't see it, but I just wish they would change the way they do things. I think those stickers are just so unnecessary.
I don't know why I still got your shirt. It's like time flies, but it still hurts. Oh, you're moving on. I know by your tone while I'm moving backwards. Just wonder where you're walking and talking, thinking, are you the same? Wonder how you're doing and moving through the crowds every
I was thinking about something this week because it was actually a question that was asked to me over on Instagram, and I'm sure it's been asked here before too, but somebody asked me what fills my cup up, or what is one thing I do for me every single week or maybe once a month. And I started really thinking about it, and I don't really have any specific hobbies or anything that I'm necessarily that wonderful at. I mean, I love being a mom, I love being a wife, I love being with my family, but the one thing that I could think of the most is I do consider myself to be a very social person, and I love being around people. And I have pretty much the best friend group that you could ever imagine, and I'm just so thankful for them. So any and all time that I can carve out to spend with my friends. And I even have little different friend groups, you know, your friends from middle and high school, and then my neighborhood friends and my church friends and my family, of course, just all the different groups. And I like to always make time to be able to talk to them and see them. And of course, my friends I've made here on YouTube too, because we're always talking on Marco Polo. But I just want to encourage you, because I feel like I have to be encouraged too, because sometimes we forget to fill our own cups up and all we do is pour, 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 and we need to be filled up too. So sometime this week, no matter how crazy or hectic your week is, I just encourage you to do something for you this week. Do something that you love. Do something that calms you down. Do something that makes you feel at peace. And I'm going to do it too. And if you want to share in the comments what that is, I would love to read and hear from y'all and just kind of hear the different personality types too.
I find it hard to read you. You never say what's on your mind, yeah. I'm going crazy all over you. Just for a second, can you try? Every time you've been calling, saying this is...
I know I've mentioned it about a million times now, but when we first moved into our house, we had ordered brown cabinets for our kitchen island. And when we walked in, the sun was hitting them and they were actually this color, which it was supposed to be like a true brown, but they were red, especially when the sun was hitting them. And I am not a fan of red. So we immediately wanted them painted, and they painted them gray, and I love them. But now I have the itch to switch yet again, and I'm really wanting my island to be black. And I know there's a few of you out there who don't want that to happen, but I really do think it's going to happen anyway. And I'm so sorry. I hope you can love me through it. But it's just paint, and it can always be changed eventually. But I just wanted y'all to see how the red tone was really picking up, because these cabinets are probably going to be painted soon too, but it's not the top of my priority list.
I think I can see clear now. Maybe you're scared of getting hurt, but if you sit down...
Everything feels so much better now that it is mostly clean and organized and wiped down. And I just want to take a second and give a shout out to one of the sweetest ladies here who is always commenting on my videos and offering support and encouragement. So Tracy Rowland, I see you and I appreciate you, and you have no idea how much your comments mean to me. And that goes for all of y'all too. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you feel the love. I feel the love from y'all, and I just am so, so grateful. Y'all fill my cup up every single week, and I cannot wait to see y'all here next week. I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Bye guys.